We are the foundation, bulletproof the hating. From the plantation, we built the whole nation. We are the foundation, bulletproof the hating. From the plantation, we built the whole nation. We are the foundation, bulletproof the hating. From the plantation, we built the whole nation. We are the foundation, bulletproof the hating. From the plantation, we built the whole nation.
Salutations, foundational family. Welcome back to the realest podcast on YouTube, channel Resolve. Now here's a black American woman who visited Ghana, West Africa, where some of y'all think y'all from, but really not. She came back with a scouting report on what she experienced in the motherland. This video is fair use for criticism and educational purposes only. Roll the footage.
Listen, this is going to tick some people off, but I do not want to associate myself with being African American. That is out the door, and I'll tell you why. Now, I have had discussions with people who, black Americans who had went over to Ghana. You remember that time when the president was like, oh, we want, black people from the diaspora to come over to Ghana. We're going to welcome you with open arms. You remember that? Well, a lot of people that I know that went over to Ghana, and I was going to go too. I had drunk the Kool-Aid and I'm like, well, shoot, let me go. But the people who went over there ended up coming back. The stories that they were telling, what was happening over there, they were getting scammed. They were purchasing land, come to find out that the land wasn't even, in their names, that somebody else owned it and there was nothing that they can do. They were spending thousands of dollars over it. So basically what was happening is it was kind of like it appeared to be a lure for, black Americans to go over to Ghana so that they can get scammed, right? And so they can get disrespected. And I'll talk about the disrespect. Now, there are a lot of videos that are circulating now where people are telling of their experiences at, how the Africans treated them over in Ghana. And so what they're saying basically validates what a lot of the people who I spoke with were talking about. They said when they got over there, they were so disrespected, right? And when they got over there, it was kind of like people just assumed that they had all of this money and they were just a big money grab. They were scammed out of their money. They were paying higher prices and everything. Now, there was this recent video that I saw on YouTube. Now, this wasn't the experience of the people that I personally spoke with, but they are now at the point where they're unaliving people, black Americans. This one lady that I followed on YouTube, and I'll probably, post her video at some point. She said that she had heard some news that one of the black women who went over there was found unalived behind her so-called property. Then she went on to say that it's now becoming typical that when they go there and they're out amongst Africans, that they are looked upon as like dogs, very disrespected. So I have chalked it up and I have said to myself, I'm like, you know what, based on these stories, the personal stories that I've heard from, and then all of the videos that are circulating about Africa, and I know Africa is a huge continent made up of different countries. I'm specifically talking about Ghana, but I know it's the same in other countries, but let's focus on Ghana. Those people are jealous of black Americans. Don't think for one moment that they are not envious or jealous. They watch black culture intensely. They mimic everything that we do. They love our music, our style, everything. They are watching us. And as a result, for some reason, they're jealous. And I wonder, what's the jealousy and envy is all about? So it boiled down to this. I think it's because of our freedom. And the reason why I say this is because I had already posted some months back that my ancestors were already here, that they did not come on boats. They were already here. They were not slaves. Oh my God, when I said that, and that video went somewhat viral, when I said that, people were coming for me in the comments, I mean, foaming at the freaking mouth. And you know who were foaming at the mouth and calling me all kinds of names and telling me I was lying? Were African people. Where one woman, and I looked on her page, her forehead was probably about 12 feet high, said that you will still be a slave in our eyes. Dog. That's what she said to me. So I say this to you, black people, here in the United States of America. Africa is not your home. The United States of America is your home. Deal.
I know you Hoteps and pan-Wakandans hate me because I stay posting videos destroying your little Wakandan fantasy with receipts and forensics. I know, y'all hate me. Deal with it. Now, with that being said, the only reason why most of us think we're from Africa or African is because we were told that. That's literally the only reason we think that. Now, in the last video, I showed you that only between 4 to 6% of the slaves taken from the west coast of Africa landed in the continental United States of America. Now, when his sister told you that she posted that her ancestors were black Aboriginal Americans, the Africans got mad at her. And I'm pretty sure the Hoteps got mad at her too, because they believe the lie that everybody that looks Negroid is from Africa. How many times we gotta tell y'all, most of these Africans look down on us. They're just like the confirmed supremacists. They smile in your face, but when they get mad, the truth comes out. She said one of them huge bionic forehead having African ladies got in her comments and told her how she really feels about her. Called her a slave, which is how most Africans view us in their minds as a slave, which is funny because Africans are slaves right now as we speak. But anyway, and an African lady called her a dog, which is even more incentive for black Americans not to go to Africa since they view us as dogs because they eat dogs. Your ass can go over there and get ate, nigga. I don't understand why some black Americans, they're gonna go to Africa and live happily ever after. The same place these people are fleeing from by the millions. Some of us think we're gonna go there and just live in a big black utopia with no worries, no crime, no racism, nothing. And are too slow to notice that tribalism, which is Africa is embedded with, is a form of racism. You can actually be racist against somebody with the same skin tone as you. Those tribes in Africa view each other as completely different people. So what makes y'all think over here in America, you gonna hop your ass in a plane, travel 7,000 miles, and be looked at as the same as the Africans on the continent of Africa? Riddle me that, Einstein. You saw how she brought up how those Africans look at us as a meal ticket. All they see is dollar signs when they look at you. When y'all look at them, you'll see my brother. When they look at you, all they see is cha-ching. Or that black brother, they don't see none of that when they look at a black American. They trying to run them pockets. That's all they care about. So that Ghana year return, she acknowledged what we've been saying. It is a scam. Some of you landed don't belong to them. And now we got an epidemic of black Americans being unalived in various countries on the continent of Africa. The same place y'all thought y'all was gonna go and live happily ever after. She went over there and experienced nothing but hate. Brought up how those Africans are straight up jealous of us. Mimicking everything we do. Sound familiar, foundational family? We got a lot of that over here in America. Other certain groups copying everything we do. We're used to that. But yeah, still, all these pan-Africanists said we got our culture from Africa. Then why are they copying us and we're not copying them? Riddle me that. Are you Hoteps and Dr. Umar disciples? We got our culture from them, but they're jealous of us and copying us, not the other way around. Somebody lying. We were the ones that created Pan-Africanism, and now we're going to destroy it. We're going to destroy the monster that we created. Because it's not real. It's all a fantasy. And I find it crazy that the people who get the maddest when we say we're not African, and that we're delineating all these delusional Pan-Africanists, like a lot of those Tahaka Bay followers and moderators who are getting constant arguments on Twitter, where most of them ain't even Black American. I got a bunch of Afro-Latinos who are moderators on Tahaka Bay's channel arguing with me, trying to tell me about Black American history, and you from Latin America. Gonna try to tell me about Black American history, and you eating chimichangas and shit. Scared to death because we're delineating and you tellers can't eat off of us anymore. And we're taking back our creations. We're taking back our heritage that you're trying to claim. And now you're sweating bullets. And the sister in this video hit it on the head, Black Americans. Africa is not our home. The United States of America is. Pan-Africanism has always been a scam, a one-way scam. We cared about them, but they never cared about us. So they say F.B.A. is a cult? Nah, we're a lineage, and we stand alone. Channel Resolve.
Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Channel Raw TV Bay Bay.